Colleen Patrick-Goudreau, author and educator dedicated to empowering people to make informed food choices, to debunking myths about veganism and animal rights, and to giving people the tools and resources they need to live according to their own values of compassion and wellness. You can find out more about what I do at CompassionateCooks.com, where you can find information about my books, my lectures, and my podcast, Vegetarian Food for Thought. Today we're going to talk about knives and chopping properly and safely. A lot of people say they don't want to invest in a good knife or any kind of kitchen tool because they don't cook a lot. My theory is that people don't have the proper tools for cooking and chopping, so they don't cook because they're not enjoying it. They don't have the proper tools. When you have the proper tools, it's a lot more enjoyable and it's a lot safer. A lot of people chop their vegetables with a small knife like this. Don't chop your vegetables with a knife this small. It's good for maybe cutting a lemon in half, but one of the problems with it is that you don't have the power, you don't have the control. You have to work a lot harder to get into that onion or whatever it is you're chopping. And the more you have to exert control and force, the more potential there is to slip and hurt yourself and cut yourself. So not a fan of using this for chopping your vegetables. Use a sturdy knife, an 8 or 9 inch chef's knife, like this one here. I like this one a lot. It's really sturdy, it's really strong, it's got a lot of power and control. A lot of people are intimidated by knives this size because they're so used to small ones, but once you get used to it being in your hand, you really appreciate the power of it and the control you have. My favorite is this global knife here. It's a global Cremova, and it's got the power and control I was talking about, but it's light. So I really like this one a lot. What's really nice about keeping a vegan kitchen and eating a plant-based diet is that you don't have to have all of these different knives. You're not cleaving anyone, you're not filleting anyone, you're not deboning anyone. So you can just have one good knife and, you know, one good serrated knife for bread. Keep your knives sharpened. You can sharpen them each time you chop something, just with a manual sharpener like this. You can get them professionally sharpened every 6 months or so, but also increase their longevity by not throwing them in a drawer with all other utensils and knives. Store them in one of those blocks that you get when you buy your knives, or on a magnetic strip on your wall, and you'll keep them a lot longer. When there's food on them, wash the food off, dry them, store them properly, okay? So what we're going to show you today is how to chop an onion properly so that you don't hurt yourself and make it a non-vegan dish because you don't want to get your fingers in there at all. So basically, whenever you are cutting anything, the main thing is keeping your fingers as far away from the knife as possible. Let me show you how to do that with something like an onion. There's a lot of different theories on how to not cry when you're chopping an onion. I talk about that somewhat on my podcast. And some people wear goggles. Some people chop it in a certain direction. I like chopping it in half this way, and then chopping it. So basically, you're going to keep your hands tucked in, like your fingers tucked in like this. And I know it feels awkward when you first do this. You really get used to it. Keep your fingers tucked away as much as possible. And you can see too that the knife is not lifting up from the cutting board. Keep the knife on the cutting board as you're chopping. And as you get closer to your fingers, you can see my fingers are tucked away. My knuckles are hitting right against the knife itself, the blade itself. And it's just not at risk for getting cut, any of my fingers. So keep trying that. Practice, be careful, but keep your fingers tucked away from the blade as much as possible, and it's really easy to do. So practice that at home, get a good knife, get a good cutting board, and be safe. You can find out more information at CompassionateCooks.com. Thanks for watching.